All right, guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is the 28th of May, 2022, and I am super excited to be hosting this call for this digital currency ambassador session, right? I'm super excited. My name is, of course, Lisa Powell. You guys can find me on Instagram at im.lisa.powell. We're going to get into the source today, guys, because there's a lot going on in the market, right? So let me go ahead, share my screen, and I'm going to share, first of all, the thing that you guys know that I love to share with you, and it's the different ways you can make money in this space, right? And I'm not talking about the whole of IM Mastery Academy. I'm simply just talking only right now about DCX, right? The digital currency space. Now, each of these is a different way that you can use this platform to make money, right? Each of these roads that you can see coming off of DCX, there has a way in there that you can make money. The metaverse, Bitcoin, leverage trading, exchange, staking, DeFi, NFTs, smart contracts, gaming, swapping tokens, altcoins. All of these can be used to make money in this space, right? So today we're going to go through a couple of them. Mainly today we're going to talk about this leverage right here. We're going to talk about exchange, and we're going to talk about staking. These are the three that we are going to focus on today on this session, right? We're going to sprinkle in a couple others as we always do, but these three right here, I've got some talking sauce for today, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started. But if you do not have this image, guys, make sure you screenshot it, print it out, because you need to understand that there's so much more to crypto than Bitcoin, right? A lot of people literally think that cryptocurrency is summed up the be all and end all of Bitcoin, and it is simply untrue. All right. So I really want you guys to understand there's so many ways to make money in this space. So let me go ahead and unshare that, and we are going to get started. So first of all, let's have a look. So first of all, I want to show you guys the actual market right now, where we are, right? So Bitcoin currently, guys, is at 28,804, right? US dollars per coin, right? So you can buy one Bitcoin, right, for $28,803 today, right now. You could go into your exchange and do that. So what we're looking at here is the price of Bitcoin over the days, the weeks, the months, right? This is just a chart showing the price. So we're going to go a little bit simplified here, because I want everybody to be on the same playing field when we get a little bit more saucy. All right. So if you guys are with me, drop me a 777 in the chat, because I want everybody to come into this space on the same playing field so we can all win together. So if you guys are with me, drop me those sevens into the chat so we can keep it moving. Amazing. I see the sevens coming in. All right. So let me pull this over here. So what can you guys see right here? So right here, you can see the chart of Bitcoin, right? So if we pull it up to over here, this is a day chart, right? So what I'm showing on the screen right now is TradingView. Everybody should have their free account on TradingView, where you just go and register. So you can save your charts and your markups. Okay, so everybody should have that. And guys, feel free to ask some questions in the chat if you do have them, and I will answer them along the way. Or if we don't have time, I'll take them at the end. All right. So like I said, you can change the intervals over here. So we've got the 1 minute chart, the 5 minute, the 15, the 30 minute, the hour, the 4 hour, the day, the week, right? If we click on this time intervals, you'll see all of the different time frames that you guys can change to look at, okay? Amazing. So let's zoom out here. You guys can see that we were floating around these prices right here on the 19th of July, 2021, right? The 19th of July, 2021. What did I say the date was today, guys? The 26th of May, 2022. So I want you to think about this for a second. The people that got in to Bitcoin exchange well, I would say leverage, but I'm sure they wouldn't have held this trade on leverage for so long, right? That's a very long position trade. But people that got into Bitcoin on the 21st of July, 2021, now what has happened? They've watched that asset, right? The greatest digital asset, literally of no mankind right now, right? They've watched it run up, guys, to 69,000 per coin. And now it's come all the way back down to where they first entered into the market on the 20th of July, 2021. Now, what we can see here is a cycle, right? Bitcoin's gone through a cycle. We've gone from point A up to point B, back down to point A, right? We've gone through a cycle. Now, what happens in crypto is we go through lots of cycles, lots of emotional cycles, right? And these repeat over and over and over again. Now, this happens in all markets, stocks, shares, the technologies, everything you can think of goes through these emotional cycles, right? And I'm actually going to share the emotional cycle with you. I'm sure a lot of you guys would have seen it before, but some of you may have not. This may be your first time. So this is, you can type this in on Google, but this is the Wall Street cheat sheet, right? This is the psychology of the market cycles. Now you can see right here, we start in disbelief, we go up through hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. Now, at this euphoria point, you could say this was our 69K, right? This was the high. This is where we got to. This was euphoria. And then we started to come back down into the market, into complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, right? Panic, we're seeing panic. We're seeing anger. We're seeing depression in the market right now. Why are we seeing these things? Well, let's think about it. If you got into the market over here in 2021 and you thought, that's it, I've bought the bottom of Bitcoin, we're going to 100,000 right now, like that's it, we're going to the moon, right? And you watched this go all the way up to 69K, and then you watched it literally return all the way back down to your entry price, would you guys agree with me that you would be feeling some of these emotions? Drop me a yes or yes into the chat. I think we can all agree that we would be feeling some of these emotions right here. Yeah, let me have a look at the chat. Yes and yes, right? We can all agree that we would definitely be feeling these emotions. So what's going to happen from here? Well, there's only one thing that happens in the psychology of the market cycle. It repeats, right? It repeats. The cycle repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. Now, I could show you on Bitcoin many times that this cycle has happened, all right? So what I want you guys to understand right now is, even though we've come down to some really key levels, right, in the market, it doesn't mean that this is over yet. It doesn't mean that this dip that keeps on dipping is finished, right? Because what can we see is, if we look at this, this is a demand level right here. Now, why do I say that? Because if I zoom out of this a little bit, I want you guys to have a look at this. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. I want you guys to have a look at this chart. Every time we have come into this zone, we've had a big impulse out of it, right? Can you guys see that? We've come back into the zone. We've had a lot of demand. We've had buyers, right? You can see there's lots of wicks here. This is showing us the demand for the buyers. We even came and tested. And for those of you that are a bit more advanced, this fib level, this is a fib level right here. This is the 50% and the 618. Now, you guys know that I geek out on fibs. If you haven't gone through Curtis Cobain's fib course yet, I would 100% recommend that you do that, right? We're not going to go through fibs on this class because that's a class all by itself. But fibs are amazing, because there's one thing about fibs is they're just based on the figures, right? They're not based on the emotions of the market. But these numbers, they hold relevance in the market. Okay, so this being the 618, this is where we're looking for these reversals. So you can see right here, it came down, pushed up out of this space. We came down, we pushed up out of the space. We came all the way down to the 618. We had a very strong correction here. Can you guys see that? And remember, this is what? This is a day chart. So each of these candles represents a day. Look how many daily buying candles we had here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This was 10 straight days of buying. Is that buying momentum there? Put some B's into the chat if you guys can see the buying momentum in this space right here when we came and touched this 618 level, right? Now, let's scroll over to current day where we're at right now. Again, we've come into this space, we've pushed out of it. We've come into this space, we've held it. This one, we haven't even had a close over here, right? Look, if we change this, this is your chart, right? This is where you can change how you see the price action. You want to see it in bars, candles, line chart. If we change this to a line chart so we can no longer see the wicks, can you guys see now? We don't even come into this area right here. We literally don't come into this area because we haven't closed. Price hasn't closed in here because there's a demand of buyers, right? If you're brand new, some of this stuff's going to go over your head, and that's okay. I need you to plug into Curtis Cobain. I need you to watch the favorite videos. You're going to be up to speed. But if you've been around for a little while, and I know a lot of you guys have been around for a little while, this is going to make a lot more sense to you. You're going to be like, whoa, Lise, right? Because what do we see now? Now at current day, we've seen us come into the zone, right? We've come down. We've even come under the zone, but we haven't. If we look right here, let's change this back to a line. Can you see we are holding on for dear life to this zone right here, guys? Can you guys see that? Drop me a 111 in the chat. Let me make it a bit bigger for you guys to see. Yes, I see the 111s coming in. Can you guys see right here? We are literally holding on to dear life of this zone. Guys, none of the price action in the market is a coincidence, right? It doesn't just happen to fall to these levels and happen to pause at these levels and stall out. None of it's a coincidence, right? None of it. So the fact that we are struggling to hold on to this level right here signals to me that we are not seeing great strength from the buyers, right? Can you guys agree? Just give me a nod, give me a thumbs up if you guys can agree, right? We're not seeing good momentum here. We're not seeing the buyers jumping in, swooping in and saying, all right, let's buy up all the Bitcoin at 29K. Why do you think that is? Well, maybe it's because a lot of the buyers that have been in anywhere from a year upwards, right, are currently back in, disbelief and anger stages because they've gone through this whole euphoria of watching their money 20, 40, 60, 3x, right? They've watched their money go up more than 3 times. And if they haven't had an exit plan, if they haven't sold or they haven't taken any profits, what have they done? They've watched it come all the way back down into these levels, the same levels, right? Everyone's panicking now. So this is not a place typically where we see huge buyers, right? We have to get a little bit deeper into it. We have to get into anger. We have to get into depression, right? Now, that's not where we're going because we're educated by the best educational platform in the world with some of the best crypto traders. So right now, are we in anger and depression, guys, or are we seeing opportunities? I want you to type in opportunities into the chat or type OPP into the chat because we are seeing opportunities, or at least I am. So I really, really hope that you guys are seeing opportunities too, right? Because right now I'm just looking at the market, just picking up my knife and my fork and getting ready to chow down into this market, right? And this is where dollar cost averaging comes in, guys. So dollar cost averaging is when you scale your position into the market, right? Meaning you buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit, you dollar cost average into the market, instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to come and put my whole bag right here, and then I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Then I'm going to watch it go all the way down, and then I'm going to watch it come all the way back up. No, we don't want to do that. We want to average our positions into the market. So let's go back. Let's rewind and see what we can potentially see here. So if I zoom out, I'm going to change this back to candles. But definitely, guys, if we've got 6 hours left of this candle, if we start closing under this zone, all this is showing is weakness for the buyers, right? All this is showing is more possible downside. So let's look, where can the market possibly go, right? So we then start to, what do? Look left. So we're then going to start looking left and saying, okay, where do we have any support that can catch these moves coming down, right? So we've got support right here at 25K, right? We can see that. We can see the support there at 25K. We've got support coming down again at 22K, right? We've got a big bit of support coming down here at about 20K, right? Just above, just below 20K right there. So to look left, you can see there's nothing all here, right? Because price hasn't been down in this space for a long time. So you have to look all the way left and look at where is there structure in the market. Thankfully for us, we have the ability to sell these positions, all right? But guys, it wouldn't be strange for a, how do we say, a fake out bull run to start, right? So you see price start moving up back into this space. That wouldn't be so unheard of. But I tell you this, and I take this out of Curtis Cobain's mouth, right? That we're not looking at anything until we pass strongly 37 to 40K, right? 37 to 40K, we need to have some bullish movement above there before we can start looking at a real turn for Bitcoin. Why is that? It's because, again, if we look at the fib levels, if we go from the last high down to the last low, the selling pressure is right here at 37K, guys. So potential place where the sellers can come back into Bitcoin is 37K. All right. Right now, guys, we're down at 28. So think about it. Short term, people are going to see it run from 28 to potentially 30, 32, 34. People are going to start to get a bit of hope. They're going to start to get a bit of excitement. But we need to clear this level right here between 37 and 40 before we, as, you know, free thinkers, as educated folk, can really start to get excited about this U-turn. Okay, so let me show you guys currently, you know, what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing is I'm looking to dollar cost average into my crypto wallet, right? I'll tell you this, if your heart is soft, I wouldn't spend too much time looking at your crypto wallet right now, all right? Because all you want to be focused on is the opportunities. You don't want to be focused on where your money is right now. Yeah, Gary said just did. Yeah, Gary, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But you only want to be looking at your wallet if you're going to top it up, right? That's the only time. Because, family, we forever buy the fear and we sell the greed. This is not a time for us to be fearful as investors, right? We buy the fear and we sell the greed. We buy the fear and we sell the greed. I'm going to keep saying it because somebody's going to remember it. We buy the fear and we sell the greed. All right. So things like Bitcoin, things like Ethereum, my goodness. Now, when I'm looking at Ethereum right now, we could easily see us lose these levels. It's looking pretty much like Bitcoin over here, right? This zone that you can see here, it's actually holding a bit better than Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But this zone that you can see right here is the same thing. We've been having, you know, just selling candle after selling candle. We're kind of seeing a little bit of a push up here, right here, but nothing, you know, I see more downside, because if Bitcoin continues falling, what happens to all the altcoins? They all follow, right? The altcoins follow Bitcoin. So let me just show you something that's really interesting though. If we look right here at the DXY, right? The dollar currency index. This is just the price of the dollar, right? This is the US dollar currency index. Let me just hide all of my markups right there so you guys can see the chart properly. So this is the dollar cost. This is the US dollar currency index. Now, what can you guys see happening right here? Is this going up or is this going down? Right here for the last like week and a half, where's it going? It's going down, right? Now, this is the other half of the Bitcoin pair, right? BTC USD. So if the dollar's been going down, where should have Bitcoin been going? If they're connected, right? They're connected as a pair. We all understand how the pairs work, right? So if you're trading gold, you know, it's XAU, USD. So if the dollar's going down, where should Bitcoin be going? Yes, Shola. Yes, Tosin, Samantha, Adiola, Bekele, Gary. It should be going up. It should have had a jump, right? We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly a week, well, more than a week, right, of solid downward movement for the dollar. Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh, wrong Bitcoin chart. Oh, it's because I hit the thing. Let's look at Bitcoin, guys. Let's look at Bitcoin for the last week. Does this look like it's had a push up? Yes or no? I think we're going to say no, right? I think we can all agree this has not had a push up in the last 6-7 days. So this is important to look at the correlation, guys, because that means there's something off about the market right now. There's something about to happen in the market right now because we're not seeing any movements that correlate with the other pair, right? The other half of the pair. So we have BTC, Bitcoin, versus the US dollar. If the dollar's going down, as we can see here, but Bitcoin's not going up, that's a problem, right? So what we can see though is on the day chart, this is literally come and is resting on that 50 EMA, on the daily 50 EMA. So this is acting like a huge support for the dollar right here. So this could easily continue up higher, because if you've been doing your research into, you know, what's happening at the moment, in the last, I'm not sure how many weeks or months, but America has printed like 80% of its dollars, right? It's ridiculous the amount of money that they are creating right now. Because this is the thing about the US dollar, right? The supply is just infinite. They can just keep printing money and printing money and printing money and printing money. So you can see that it's being held up right now. It's just being pinned up by this lovely EMA. So you guys can see that the dollar is being held up by this support and Bitcoin's really not doing anything, right? It's just hanging, like, it's just like this, guys. It's like hanging off of the edge of a cliff. It's holding on for dear life on the edge of this 61.8 and is struggling. yeah, is really struggling. So what we need to look now is how can we think to pre-position ourselves in for the best prices. So like I was saying, Ethereum, we're looking to see if Ethereum loses this zone, I'll definitely be looking, you ain't even gonna worry about buying it, because I'll definitely be looking into, you know, scooping up as much Ethereum as I absolutely can. How many Ethereum, guys, is our aim to get? How many Ethereum is our aim to get? The aim, the goal still has not changed. How many Ethereum is our aim? If you're new on this call, I want you guys to take a note of that down. 5 Ethereum, guys. We want 5 Ethereum to our name, okay? Now, right now, you can see Ethereum's currently 1,700 in pounds. That is, let's look. Let's look. GBP. Right, 1,400, 1,400 pound currently is 1 Ethereum, right? Guys, we saw nearly a 5K Ethereum. Like, these prices are insane, right? Ethereum currently is 1,400 quid. Insane. And this is another reason, guys, why having multiple streams of income is so important. Because right now, I'll give you guys a clue. Where do you think my residuals is piling up to go? In my crypto wallet to dollar cost average, right? I'm using my residuals to, you know, help me dollar cost average into some of these coins, because yeah, we're seeing boot fair, garage sale prices right now. All right. So what I'm also doing is looking at base coins. So what do I mean? I'm looking at main cap coins, guys, that have got big upside potential once the market recovers. All right. So for example, Chainlink, my goodness, Chainlink right now you're seeing, drop a C in the chat if you've got Chainlink in your crypto wallet right now. Drop a C in the chat. Chainlink, guys, we're seeing right now at $6, right? $6.47 to be exact. I'm currently looking, you know, to get more of this if we get into this zone right here. So if we do see the fall off from Bitcoin that we're looking for, everything else will follow, right? So this is how I'm going to help you guys to pre-position in the market. Because you don't just want to say, okay, great, I'll just put £1,000 or $1,000 in right now. What's the point of that? When you can literally dollar cost average your way in, and then when you get to taking your profits, you're going to have so much more profit to take, right? You're going to have so much more coins to sell because you haven't just dropped in your whole money at one price, right? Dollar cost averaging is really, really important. I see the C's coming in: Coretta, Vincent, Toast, Sim, Bev, right? I want to see some more C's definitely in the chat next week, right? Because we've got 38 people on the call. And now if you guys don't know what Chainlink is, right, I need you guys to go on over to our trusty CoinGecko, right? And I want you to look at it. So you're just going to type in link, and you'll see it comes up right here, number 28. And if we look at this right here, guys, it's £5. £5. You can buy a whole Chainlink right now, guys, for a $5. I don't see anyone else freaking out, but you can buy a whole Chainlink right now for £5. I want you to think the last thing that you spent £5 on that you are never gonna see again, right? That last snack box you bought from KFC, that last McDonald's meal that you bought for £5 that you are never going to see again, when you can literally buy, guys, a whole chain link for £5.14. Marcy, you're cracking up at me. Marcy and Bev, behave yourself, but you guys know I'm right? You guys know I'm right. You can get a whole chain link right now for £5.14. So again, what is chain link? Chain link, guys, literally bridges so much of the projects in the DeFi space, right? Decentralized finance. So when DeFi takes off, right, Chainlink is implemented in all of it. The same way how Ethereum's blockchain is in NFTs, is in DeFi, is in so many things. It's the same way that Chainlink is layered under all of those projects for DeFi. All right, so you can literally go here, you can go to their website, you can go and you can look at the community, you can go and look at so much of this stuff. You can see the total supply here, you can see the max supply, the circulating supply, you can see how much of this stuff is locked up. If we scroll down here, the price today of Chainlink is £5.14, right? I'm gonna have to go back to dollars in a minute because I'm thinking. I'm used to talking in dollars, but the all-time high of Chainlink is £37, £37.55. Now, my math's not good. You guys know already. So let's do 35, 5, 7, right? That is 7x your money from even where it is right now going up to all-time highs. Right? 7x, guys. So this easily, if we get the entry that I'm looking for right now, this is easily a 10x project. 10x. What does 10x mean in simple terms? 10x mean you put £100 in, you're going to get £1,000 back when you sell if you wait for that to go 10x. Is anyone else excited or is it just me? I want you to drop me some 777s in the chat if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down right now. This is easily going to be a 10x project. Now, I want you to just think right now why the 80% of the world is currently in panic, is in depression, is in denial about the price of Bitcoin right now. I want you to think that you are in a space looking for opportunities to capitalize on this move. Sheesh, I told you there was going to be people that's upset about not being on this call, guys, right? I told you, because the source that's being put down today, I'm literally condensing so much of what we learn right on Go Live into this one session. And I want you guys to really understand that coming onto these 6 p.m. sessions are literally going to be vital, right? Because every single week we're going to go through another of the ways on how we can make money in this space. But right now, I'm showing you guys how you can pre-position to be making 7x, 10x moves on your money, right? Even £100 is $1,000, $100 to $1,000. Like, what? We really need to get ready to start taking action in this space, right? So I just saw somebody ask where to buy. Now you're going to do all your research, guys, on CoinGecko, right? So you're literally going to come down to good old CoinGecko, and you can come down to Chainlink Markets and you can see where you can get it, right? So you got Coinbase, crypto.com. Yeah, then you can see all of the different exchanges that you can buy it on and the prices, etc. down here. So CoinGecko is really your one-stop shop for your research. But let me explain why the education is so important. Because currently, guys, there is 13,448 coins in the market. How do you even know to look at number 28 Chainlink? How do I know to be talking about number 28 Chainlink? Because I haven't sat here and scoured through 13,500 coins. I'll let you know that for free. But what I have done is plugged in to Curtis Cobain and Mike Sotero each and every week. Right? That's literally all you have to do, guys, is show up to the go live sessions, show up to the ambassador sessions, and you're going to be able to be in this position as well. All right. So right now, guys, Chainlink is looking super juicy. Like I said, I'm waiting to see if we get that Bitcoin move that we are seeing could happen. You know, we've got 6 hours for this daily candle to close, and then we're going to have another close under this level, right? Meaning if Bitcoin goes down, everything else follows. So right now we're looking at $6.50 in the market, but I'm looking for, you know, $4.70 and lower, right? And again, where did I get these numbers from? I didn't pluck them out of my head, guys. I did not pluck them out of my head. I jumped onto the Go Live sessions with Curtis Cobain, and we look right here. We see the structure. You guys can see structure right here, structure right here. This is the next place where buy-in potentially is demand, right? This is the next place where we can see demand in the market if we don't turn around right here, because what we want to be doing is, you know, looking at spaces. You can see we've got all-time high here, guys, of $52, right? Or £35, whatever you're looking at it in. I prefer to look at all of my stuff in dollars, so then I don't get confused. Because when I first started out, I'd look at some stuff in dollars, some stuff in pounds. And then what would happen is I was thinking I was getting in at a really good price. And then I would look at the actual dollar amount and I'd be like, oh no, I wasn't. I just thought I was looking at pounds, right? So it's really important, if you're going to do your analysis in dollars, then, you know, look at the buy-in price in dollars as well. All right. So that's Chainlink. Drop me a C into the chat if we're going to take some action on Chainlink. You guys can mark this up in your trading view. You guys can, you know, look at it on your exchanges, but drop me a C in the chat to let me know you are going to take action on Chainlink. Set an alert. Yep, all of that good stuff. Amazing. Another one, guys, that I'm really, really deeply looking at right now is Solana. Now, Solana kind of picked up all of the spaces that Ethereum was missing, right? So Solana is a huge contender in the market right now for this space. But I want you to look at the price action over here. Again, if we, let me move you guys' beautiful faces. From July, right? July, August 2021, all the way till now, all these people have literally watched. If they entered into the market here, they thought this is it. Solana's off now. We're getting in $30 to $260. I want you to think about the feeling that they're having right now, watching their Solana go up, guys, to $260, all-time high from 30. I can't even do that maths in my head. 260 divided by 30, that is 8.6x. 8.6x on that move right there, right? Insane. And some of those people, guys, that haven't had an exit plan have literally watched their money come all the way back down to where they first bought in, or lower, right? Because look at this, people that bought in at $72, right? Watched it go up to 253, came back down to the 72. It looked like it was holding here, guys. We looked like we was having another major run up. We got to 145, boom. We've dropped. This is why dollar cost averaging into your positions is so important, right? Buy in a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit. It's so important to dollar cost average into the positions, okay? You're going to give yourself a much bigger risk to reward. But Solana, you know, if we're looking based on structure, we're looking at, you know, $30, $35, $30, $20, right? Potential places. I mean, if we see, depending how much the market bleeds, from this next move, if we see Solana between $20 and $30, my goodness, you guys gonna, yeah, you're gonna hear my mouth, right? This is huge, guys. Knowing where Solana can go, like, guys, it's already had an all-time high of $260. That's insane. That's insane to see it back down at 40, right? And still pushing down. So this is really what I want you to be doing. So this is exchange trading, right? This is you buying for your crypto wallet. So what I want you to be doing right now is taking action into the market and seeing where are my opportunities, right? And I'm not talking about just going and grabbing all of the money you can find and just putting it in one project in one place. That is not the smart move. That is not diversifying your portfolio. You want to dollar cost average into projects that make sense, right? We've got to make it make sense, guys. So right now I'm mainly looking at main cap coins like Solana, like Chainlink, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, because everything else can literally bleed till kingdom come, right? If we look right now, let's have a quick look at Okomi, right? Now, I am still dollar cost averaging into this project. Guys, look at the price of this right now. It's 0.001. Now, this is a what? It's a low cap coin, guys. It's not even at a penny, right? You wouldn't want to come and put your whole life savings into Okomi. That wouldn't be a smart move to make, right? It just wouldn't. However, there are things that you can do. So moving on now into our next section, we've done exchange, moving into our next section, which is staking. Now, we've already staked LooksRare, right? You guys remember we staked LooksRare. Shout out to some people that got at me the other day, was like, wow, we had such a amazing, APY of LooksRare. So let me just backtrack for anybody that's new on the call. Staking is basically you being rewarded crypto for locking up your crypto. So think of it in terms of banking, of you having an ISA. You locking up your money in an ISA, they will reward you with an interest rate, an APY, right? Type APY in the chat if that makes sense, if you guys understand what staking is, because I want to make sure everybody's on the same level, right? So staking is the act of you locking away your crypto. So you're taking away supply. And when you take away supply, what happens? You increase demand, right? So you get paid a percentage, an APY of that said crypto for locking up said crypto, right? So we did that with LooksRare. We had about a 200% APY. Currently, guys, LooksRare is 40% the staking of it. 40%, guys. And I know, I'm not sure if Melissa Jane is on the call, but shout out to Melissa Jane. She asked a question about, look staking and compounding, the compounder, right? The compounder was not out when we first did staking together. So the difference between it is the look staking, you have to collect your staked coins, right? With the compounder, it auto collects them. So you don't have to come in. So you're saving on gas fees, basically. All right. So Melissa Jane did ask me to go over that. So I hope that solves out that. Oh, okay. She's at Miami event. No worries. Well, this is recorded anyway, so I'll put the recording into the chat. But guys, the compounder obviously is the better option because you can, you're rewarded, are auto compounded into more of the coin that you are staking. All right. So obviously the price of this goes up and down. So you guys can see if you've got a stake of 100, right, you're going to earn 47%. Guys, can you even fathom 47% of this every day? You are going to be awarded, right? Rewarded, 47%. Now we got into looks when the staking of it was like 200%. 200%, guys. Obviously 47% is amazing, but 200% was just mind-blowing at the time when we was doing it, right? So that's Looksrare. You guys can do your own research on it. Looksrare is an NFT platform that allows you to be rewarded for buying and selling NFTs, right? Much like OpenSea. So coming now, so we've touched on the NFTs, but we were just talking about OMI. So I am going somewhere with this, guys. Hold on to me, right? OMI is the token behind which NFT digital asset platform, guys? Which one? What is OMI the currency behind, right? Boom, VV, right? We all use VV. Yes, everybody's been buying comics, been buying digital collectibles, NFTs on VV. Every time you buy VV gems, you're actually participating in Ecomi, or OMI, right? Is the shortened name of it. Now, Ecomi, guys, has literally just released in the last 10 days that you will be able, or you can now stake it. Beckley said they take my gems. That's right. They take your gems and they give you your digital collectibles, right? So another way you can use, that platform is you can actually buy and hold OMI or Ecomi, right? Right now, we can currently see it's at 0.001 P or cent, right? So we're in dollars. So if we look right here, you guys can see on May 18th, this was released that you're now going to be able to stake OMI for 10%, guys. Now think about this. If it's currently at 0.001, so let's look. OMI or Ecomi, currently number 117 on the list. Let's change this back into dollars so I don't confuse myself. Right, well, you can see OMI's recently migrated. We know we did the migration, blah, blah, blah. You can see your total supply, your max supply, etc., etc. Let's go down. The all-time high with this is already hit a penny, right? And that was about a year ago. So this is currently 89% in correction, right? This is corrected 89% from the all-time high. Insane. So what are we saying here? We're saying that you can buy 30,000 OMI currently for $43. You can buy 30,000 OMI coins for $43. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would I do that? Well, if you believe in the project that is VV, which many of us do because we are buying VV collectibles and NFTs, right? The bigger that platform gets, right, the more OMI is going to be burned, right? What do I mean by burned? I mean taken out of supply. And again, when supply goes down, what happens to demand? Demand goes up, right? So the bigger VV gets, the more OMI comes out of supply. The more OMI comes out of supply, the more OMI's price rises. So right now you can get 30,000 tokens of this for under $50, right? $43. Now, if we have a look at this right here, its partnership with Ascendex, right, means that you can now stake OMI for a 10% APR on your holdings of it. 10%, guys. So you're going to hold the OMI anyway, right? You're going to hold the OMI anyway. So let's have a look at the details of it. The staking started on May 18th, so 10 days ago today. There's no staking limits. There's no lockup period, right? Which means you're not held captive to keep your OMI in there for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, none of that. There's no lockup period. You have a 7-day unstaking period, or you can do instant for 3%. Just like if you had an ISA, you would lose your interest, right? If you wanted to take out your money from the ISA. The starting APR is 10%. Rewards occur daily on deposits and will compound daily if the staker selects compound mode. Your OMI stake is also available to use as collateral, all right, if you're futures trading. Guys, you literally are able to register for an account on Ascendex, right? And with $50, you can stake 30,000 or less than $50, $43. You can stake 30,000 OMI and make 10% on that OMI every single day. There's some of us right now that want to make 10% in our trading account, but are you looking at ways to make 10% in your crypto wallet a day? I want you to drop a 10% into the chat if you wouldn't mind making 10% on your crypto every single day. Whether the coin is going up or down, you are still making 10% every single day by staking OMI. I don't know if it's just me who's having a bit of a light bulb moment right now. Some of us are so fixated on making 10% on our leverage trading that we're blowing accounts, that we're going up, we're going down, we're doing this, we're doing that. But we're not thinking, how can we make 10% in our crypto wallet? Please explain the ERC30. ERC20. I was going to be like, ERC30. I was going to have to be like, Roger, I'm going to have to come back to that question. ERC20 tokens are simply the tokens that are on the Ethereum blockchain, right? So you can go and look at any ERC20 tokens and they are on the Ethereum's blockchain. So OMI migrated from the Go chain blockchain to the ERC20. All right. So that's all that means. But guys, this is huge, right? This is literally huge. And you can see they're also doing giveaways, prizes. You can win VV NFTs, but we do so well on the drops that we don't even need to win VV NFTs at this point. Yeah, so Monique, if you look here, there is no lockup period, right? So there's no lockup period. You're not capped at how long you stake for. You do not have to choose to stake for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You can stake for however much time you want. There is a 7-day unstaking period, which means that you have to wait 7 days to unstake at any time. All right, I hope that makes sense. Bekele, is this the right time to build a crypto portfolio? Yes, 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 and 100 more times, yes. We are buying the fear in the market, right? So I'm not saying it's the right time to put all of your life savings into one coin, 100% no. What I am saying is the right time to begin, if you have not yet begun, dollar cost averaging into coins that make sense, into coins that are going to continue to have use case, right? So this is a more of a riskier play, right? Because it's a low cap coin, it's under a penny, etc., etc. But I wouldn't be doing you guys justice if I wasn't showing you guys what I'm looking at, right? So it is time to diversify. If you're already in crypto and you have a portfolio, you need to be looking to dollar cost average into your positions. meaning you want to bring down the average price that you've entered into some of these coins. Like I entered into Link, I had entries, guys, at like $20, right? Now Link currently is at 6. Now I could just like cry in my bed and be like, oh my God, my money's worth so much less than when I put it in at 20. Or I could take action and I could dollar cost average into Chainlink. So then I have got, like I said here, some entries at $4, $5. Because then that now brings down my average buy-in price to about 9 or 10, right? If I've got an entry at 20 and I've got an entry at 4 or 5, then that's brought down my average now to 10. Does that make sense? Drop a 777 if that's making sense to you guys. You don't just want to be sitting with these high entries if you haven't, you haven't taken profits, or you haven't sold anything, or you haven't, swapped a stable coin. Like if you haven't done anything with your coins, you don't just want to be watching this go all the way back up, because you've then just wasted an opportunity. You've passed over an opportunity of seeing the coins at these lows, right? But like I said, we're watching the market. It's a very exciting time right now because we're watching to see how much further this market can possibly dip, because right here, Bitcoin, guys, like I said, is hanging on like a thread off of the side of this cliff, right? So we need to be looking at that. So let's finish off this and then we're gonna go. Marcia, I'm gonna take a question, but just in a second, all right? I definitely will pull you up in 1 second. Let me just finish this, else my mind's gonna go all over the place. So staking, guys, as I said, is on ascendex.com, right? You can look at that platform in order to stake your coins. They offer different staking on there as well. OMI, Ethereum, Lime, don't want to be staking Tether, even Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is definitely an ICU right now. All right, so that's staking, that's Lux, that's NFT, boom, boom, boom. All right, amazing. All right, let me go ahead and stop sharing there. Marcia, let me pull you up before I move on to the next thing, in case your question is about what I've just been talking about.
My question is on the staking of OMI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit confused. I've got OMI on Bitforex.
Yeah.
So can I not stake straight from Bitforex, or do I have to register with Ascendex?
Yeah. So currently, Bitforex isn't offering staking, so only Ascendex is the only platform that's offering it. So you can just, hold it out and hope that Bitforex, offers staking of OMI at some point, or you can move the money from Bitforex to Ascendex, right? It's up to you. Or you can dollar cost average in, and you can just leave your money in Bitforex and open Ascendex. So they're your different options that you can use, because I know you've already got some OMI like myself, because I've got OMI on Bitforex as well, and also some in MetaMask, right? Because you can keep it in your MetaMask to take it off of the exchange. So they're your two options.
Or can you use kind of rather than take all of it and put it onto Ascendex, just move some of it?
Yeah, you can. You can literally, you can do either of those. But if you're gonna do that, I would ask myself, like, well, why are we gonna leave some of it on one platform, some of it on the other? Because it's not like they're any more like secure. They're both just exchange platforms. So you probably want them in one place so you can keep an eye on what they're doing. Yeah, does that make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Can I stake looks rare on Ascendex? I don't believe so, Tracy. You'd have to look on there at the ones available. I stake it straight on looks rare, so I'm not sure. But that is something you can look at if you want to. Roger, would you consider putting your OMI on your hard wallet or on exchanges to consolidate them? I've got bits all over. Yeah, so if you've watched the Curtis Cobain video, you can actually hold your OMI in your MetaMask, right? So you can hold it, so it's not on an exchange. You can hold it in your MetaMask. You can add the token and you can move it to there. So if you don't want to stake it and you do want it off the exchanges, because obviously you don't have the private keys when your crypto is on the exchanges, then that is something that you can do as well. I hope that makes sense, Roger. Let me know. Is there a video you'd recommend to understand all this terminology? I'm not understanding it all, how it works and the accessibility of getting paid. Yeah, so Curtis Cobain literally goes through the basics, but actually saying that, I would recommend Corinne's starter videos for her fast start. So if you go to Go Live and you go down to our amazing Corinne, Corinne is on a few times a week doing fast start. And if you go into her favorite sessions, you can see the start here, DCX Academy walkthrough, and the different ways to earn with crypto and DCX. So she'll actually break down the different ways to earn in the DCX space. You know, she breaks down everything very, very slowly in these. So what are wallets? What are exchanges? How can I be safe? How do I use MT4? Building a crypto portfolio, how I can multiply my crypto, how you can do it too. Like, these are all different videos in here that are very basic, that will run through exactly what each of the things is. All right, so I've covered a few of them on today's session, but it will break down, you know, what is staking exactly, what is DeFi, step-by-step example. So Corinne, I would definitely recommend to do that. So I hope that helps. Corinne is amazing. And obviously you can jump onto her live sessions as well. She has 2 live sessions, Mondays and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. UK time and 6 p.m. UK time. All right. So guys in the UK as well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we do have London time zone now on the Go Live. It's been there for a little while, but I still see people changing these times to Eastern Standard Times, but these are actually British Summer Time, right? BST is British Summer Time whilst the clocks are forward. So this is actually UK times. All right. So when you're looking to do your operating rhythm, these are UK times. So I hope that makes sense. Any other questions before we finish up, guys? Let me know. I hope this session has been helpful for you guys. Let me know if there's any more questions. But before we go, there is a couple of things that I want to tell you guys. And the first of them is that, boom, I am having an amazing networking party on the 3rd of June. So if you are free on the 3rd of June, guys, I would love it if you guys came down. It is going to be in the amazing South London. So you guys can see the location on there. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, and I'm hosting this with some amazing people, also a part of the Wealthier World. Sir Kamali, that you can see him there, and of course the wonderful Tara. All right, so if you guys can make it down on the 3rd of June, we're going to be absolutely spilling the tea, but also bringing the vibes as well, right? So we're going to be talking, you know, different ways to make money on the platform, but there's also going to be people there, different panelists coming down, you know, talking about fitness, finances, mentorship, branding, property, business. It's going to be full up of everything. So I really, really hope that you guys can make it down and support, and also come and just have some fun and shake a leg with us as well, because we're definitely, it's going to be a networking party like no other. We're definitely going to be bringing the vibes as well as the knowledge, right? It's time to get outside for sure, for sure. So shout out, I can see Bev's got her ticket already. Gary's definitely coming. Marcia. So guys, yeah, if you do not have your ticket yet, definitely get at me. I'll send you the link for the tickets as well. And I hope to see you guys down on the 3rd of June at 7. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys, Chelena as well, for sure, sis, come through. Everyone's gonna be there, Roger. So I hope you got your ticket. Definitely. It's definitely going to be a roadblock event. So yes, guys, and it's our first one. That's our first networking party, and there's going to be a lot more of them to come. So I really do hope that you guys come on down to that. Lastly, guys, we have our amazing opportunity call tonight at 9 p.m. with our chair lady. All right. So if you want any more information, or if you've got some guests that have been burning to hear this information, guys, anybody, get them onto that call at 9 p.m. tonight with our chair lady, Miss Nikki Sutherland. The link is in the Discord Zoom link section. All right. So I'm going to be there. Make sure there's going to be something special on that call as well. So make sure you definitely turn up on that call. It is 9 p.m. All right. So let me go ahead and stop this recording.